Hi Sam. I'm glad you're here today because we're learning a really interesting word.
Selbstständig.
Hi Alex.
Selbstständig.
What does that mean?
Selbstständig.
Means self-employed or independent. It's commonly used to describe someone who works for themselves rather than for a company. It's a very useful term in the business world.
That makes sense. Are there any false friends with this word?
Yes, there can be. Some English speakers might confuse
Selbstständig.
with,
Self-sufficient.
but they don't mean the same thing. While
Selbstständig.
is about being employed independently.
Self-sufficient.
Refers to being able to provide for oneself without help.
Got it. Can you tell me about the grammar for?
Selbstständig.
Sure.
Selbstständig.
Is an adjective, so it doesn't have a plural or a specific gender like nouns do. However, when you use it with a noun, for example,
Der Selbstständige.
for a male self-employed person and
Die Selbstständige.
for a female self-employed person, you can see the gender. In the plural, you'd say
Die Selbstständigen.
Interesting. What about the verb forms? Is there a verb related to?
Selbstständig.
while.
Selbstständig.
Itself is an adjective, you can use the verb
Sich selbstständig machen.
which means to become self-employed. In the present tense, you say
Ich mache mich selbstständig. Du machst dich selbstständig.
and.
Macht sich selbstständig.
In the past tense, it would be
Ich machte mich selbstständig.
for preteritum, and in the perfect, we say
Ich habe mich selbstständig gemacht.
That's helpful. Where does the word
Selbstständig.
come from?
Great question. The word has its roots in the Old High German word,
Selbst.
which means
Self.
and,
Ständig.
which means
Standing. Stable.
so, it literally conveys the idea of standing on your own.
That's fascinating.
Now, let's break the word down. The prefix is
Selbst.
meaning,
Self.
and the root is
Ständig.
which implies stability or permanence. So, when you put them together, it portrays the idea of being stable on your own.
So, it's like saying someone is standing strong by themselves.
Exactly. And since it's not a compound word, we can't split it further. But that vivid image of standing strong is a great way to remember it.
Are there other similar words?
Yes, there are. Let's look at some examples. Starting with the prefix.
Selbst.
We have
Selbstbewusst.
meaning
Self-confident.
and
Selbstsicher.
meaning.
Self-assured.
Both show independence in different ways. Then, with the suffix,
Ständig.
you find words like
Ständig.
itself, which means
Constant.
and,
Unständig.
meaning.
Unstable.
That's quite a few.
And if we consider nouns, we have
Der Selbstständige.
for a self-employed person and
Die Selbstständigkeit.
which means
Self-employment. Independence.
Wow, that's a lot of words. Can we practice using?
Selbstständig.
In real-life situations.
absolutely. Imagine you're at a networking event. You could start with
Ich bin selbstständig.
meaning I am self-employed.
Ich bin selbstständig.
Perfect. Another situation could be when you're talking to a friend about your job. You might say,
Ich mache mich selbstständig.
meaning I am becoming self-employed.
Ich mache mich selbstständig.
Great. Lastly, if you're giving advice, you could say,
Es ist wichtig, selbstständig zu sein.
meaning it's important to be independent.
Es ist wichtig, selbstständig zu sein.
Nice job, Sam. Now let's talk about some gender memory hints. The noun.
Der Selbstständige.
Ends with, which often signals masculine nouns, while
Die Selbstständige.
ends with as well, indicating feminine. You can visualize a person standing confidently, which reinforces the idea of independence.
That's a helpful image.
For usage notes,
Selbstständig.
is generally informal, but can be used in formal contexts as well. You might hear phrases like
Selbstständig arbeiten.
meaning
To work independently. Selbstständig sein.
meaning
To be self-employed.
just be careful not to confuse it with
Unabhängig.
which means
Independent.
in a broader sense.
I'll keep that in mind.
Let's wrap up with some example sentences. You could say,
Ich bin seit 2 Jahren selbstständig.
meaning I have been self-employed for 2 years. Another example is,
Hat sich letzten Monat selbstständig gemacht.
meaning he became self-employed last month.
I see how it works.
Also,
Viele Menschen möchten selbstständig sein.
means many people want to be self-employed. And you could say,
Die Selbstständigen haben oft flexible Arbeitszeiten.
Meaning self-employed individuals often have flexible working hours.
This is great. What do you want to ask me for the recall check?
Let's do a quick quiz. First, what does
Selbstständig.
mean?
It means
self-employed,
Correct. How do you say I am becoming self-employed in German?
ich mache mich selbstständig.
Right again. What is the plural form of
Der Selbstständige.
Is it?
Die Selbstständigen.
yes? What's the root of the word?
Selbstständig.
It's
Selbst.
and
Ständig.
Exactly. Lastly, can you give me an example of a similar word with the prefix?
Selbst.
how about?
Selbstbewusst.
Perfect. Well done, Sam. To sum up, today we learned about
Selbstständig.
its meanings, grammar, and some interesting related words. I hope you feel more confident using it now.
I do. Thanks, Alex, this was really helpful.